Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by the REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
Eric!
What's up, dude?
You can find us on the gram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow yourself.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah,
don't worry about it.
It's just not even pertinent.
Don't even worry about it.
How's it going, brother?
Pretty good, man.
You're done with the gulag, huh?
I just don't go on Instagram that much anymore.
Yeah?
It's kind of a bummer, dude. Maybe eventually I'll fire up the Gulag J. What is it?
I don't know.
Gulag _J Wielden. Yeah, like maybe I'll fire that back up.
In a week, he's already forgotten.
Yeah, see? Jeez, it's just like the ladies.
Oh, my God. Anywho. Dude, it's been a good week. Been some interesting news, some interesting shows, and thank heavens for the Marvel Universe and Disney Plus, because we have been able to have pretty much weekly content about their content. Awesome. Winter Soldier, episode 4.
It was all right.
Starting to get some more steam. Apparently, at least I think so. I think the majority. You're still just holding it. You're keeping WandaVision on the pedestal, okay? You're putting it on a pedestal, okay? They can both be good.
They can. No, they're both very good.
Okay.
You're right. No, they are. That's all right. Anywho,
they're giving us some interesting looks into the past, especially of the Winter Soldier. I want even more because if you remember, and again, spoilers, guys. If you remember in episode 3, we got to see Io at the end. One of the captains of the Dora Milaje, and so we kind of get to see what her link is to Bucky, and it's cool because we see her as one of the main people trying to help him get through the Hydra brainwashing.
Right.
I love that scene of them in Wakanda where she's saying the stuff in Russian and the longing, whatever, the trigger words, and that she's been one of the ones working with him.
Right.
They're upset that Bucky's got him, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna take him." And he says, "Hey, Zemo's a means to an end."
Yes.
And just I need time. And she's like, regardless, you get 8 hours. She's like, we'll give you 8 hours, and we're gonna take Zemo.
Yes.
Which it's like, man, if I'm Zemo,
I'm terrified.
Oh, you gotta be terrified. Like, yeah, you got some money. You don't have Wakandan money.
Yeah. You don't got enough to hide from the Wakandans. They're going to find you and deal out some justice.
Yes. They killed T'Chaka. Or he killed T'Chaka. Like, it's a big deal that he's even allowed to breathe air.
Right. Exactly. Even them offering that kind of diplomacy to them to allow him to help is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I can't believe
I can't believe anybody would allow that.
I'm kind of into the idea that maybe, and I guess it's too cliche, but it would be cool if Io and Bucky had something romantic going on. But you don't need it. It would be forced, but
a little bit.
Or at least just have them being pals.
Yeah, just a friend thing.
Even if they're just buddies, like, I'd be totally down with that.
You go through something like that, you do form a bond.
Totally.
You would think so.
Yeah, and I would be remiss if they didn't expand on that a little bit.
I would want that too.
Let's see. Yeah, they want Zemo, and then we kind of get more on this Carly chick about how, we've kind of seen her as kind of this freedom fighter. She kind of went a little over in the last episode, but she does seem a little reasonable, given more reasonable circumstances.
Sure.
We get to see, a great scene with, you have John Walker saying, we got to bring her in, like, by force, and Falcon.
That's the John Walker I know.
Yeah, and Falcon just being like, hey, let me talk to her.
Right.
Let me go in there. Let me just do this. And you can tell the pressure's getting to John.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yes.
People don't respect him, and there's a great montage of him just, like, keep introducing himself as, like, John Walker, Captain America, John Walker, Captain America. Yeah. And it's like, dude. And then a montage of I'm Steve Rogers, like not saying I'm Steve Rogers, Captain America, like, you ain't got to tell him if you are.
Right. And that's a big thing. I mean, I get why there's a lack of respect there.
I do,
because if you have to announce yourself as Captain America, then you don't really deserve the mantle.
Yeah.
You maybe you weren't conditioned enough to have the mantle.
No.
And no digs at John Walker. That would be hard for anybody to fill.
Those are impossible shoes to fill.
Exactly.
They're impossible shoes to fill.
It's sort of like when Gary Sharon took over for Sammy Hagar.
All right. Is there any more to that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I appreciate the effort, I guess.
Sure.
If you guys appreciate it, let us know below.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know that he took over for him, but I don't see the
it's sort of like, okay, no one's taking. Okay, well, let's back it up. So Sammy Hagar takes over for David Lee Roth, who is like the Steve Rogers of Van Halen.
Yes.
You ain't taking over, but Sammy Hagar stepped in, did what he do.
Yeah,
I guess that would kind of be Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson's the Sammy Hagar of Captain America.
Yeah, the heir apparent, the true heir.
He's a great singer.
Yeah.
No, he has no stage presence.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Then you get Gary Cherone.
Yeah.
From Extreme, if you remember that band, steps in to fill Sammy Hagar's shoes, and that is our John Walker.
Yeah.
Gary Cherone.
You're not even Sammy Hagar,
yeah,
bro.
You're not even Van Hagar.
Yeah.
It's like you step in and like, hey, Gary Cherone, singer for Van Halen.
Yeah. Good. Okay, you did it. You brought me there. I was not on board. I was not on board at all. Yes, Gary Cherone would definitely be like, I'm the singer of Van Halen. Yes,
yeah.
You're
and
right.
Everyone's like, and?
yeah, good. Yeah, so have a lot of guys, all right? But it was nice to see him kind of reason with her and kind of get through. Mm-hmm. They have an interesting relationship now, an interesting dichotomy where she even, Walker jumps the gun, makes it look like, Sam was, just kind of buying time until he showed.
Yeah.
So made Sam look like a jerk, but Carly kind of feels like, I do think Sam's a good dude and kind of pushes the I liked her reaching out to Sam's sister.
Yeah.
I thought all that stuff was super interesting.
But is there a ulterior motive, you think?
Oh, completely. I mean, she's not going to stop.
No.
Yeah, she's already done way too much to stop.
Right.
And if we
She was like, I was brainwashed.
Yeah, I mean, if we are to believe that the serum kind of amplifies like what's in you.
Sure.
If she had that radical thing in her before, it's going to make it more, you would think.
Sure.
Like her heart's in the right place and she's going to do what's good for her people.
Right.
But at
that was cost. The thing with Steve was Steve will do what's right for any people, not just his people.
Yeah.
And that's why, it exemplified the person.
Yeah.
And then I totally agree with that. I think it does, amplify your innermost being. So, if you're a freedom fighter, you'll be fighting for freedom.
And Steve,
by any means,
we've seen Steve like this numerous times, but most notably for me is in Age of Ultron when Maria Hill is describing the twins, Wanda and Pietro. She says something to the effect that they're radicalized, and she's like, "Well, we're not at war, Captain," and he's like, "Yeah, but they are."
Right.
Like he empathized, even though he doesn't agree. He can empathize.
Yeah, he always can see what it's like in their shoes.
Yes,
he does have that gift.
Whereas John is not really that dude.
No,
and John's kind of getting messed up throughout the whole thing.
Oh yeah. He's getting,
and
he doesn't have any attributes.
Yeah, he wants, and he keeps kind of saying he definitely keeps bringing up like super soldier, super soldier.
Come on, give me the juice.
And when the Dora Milaje come to get Zemo, and Falcon, Winter Soldier, this new Cap, and Battlestar start to have to fight the Dora Milaje, they just handily like whoop up on Cap, on Battlestar. Bucky and Sam kind of hold their own, but that was cool when she does the thing to his arm and it falls off. Yeah. It was so like, oh man, like you did me that? Like she pantsed him, but she also didn't want to keep fighting him, so she took away his argument.
Right. She wanted to end the fight before anyone got hurt.
Yes.
That's called this literally disarming.
Yeah. It was awesome. But it was hilarious to see Walker at the end of that fight like messed up and be like, they weren't even super soldiers.
Yeah, those were just trained Wakandans.
Yes. And he is distraught at the whole thing.
Yeah, of course, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, they probably amped him up like, you are Cap. You're Cap. You're the symbol.
He believed his hype.
Yeah. You're the symbol for our country. And, you get high on that and you run out there and you get your ass whooped.
You have a shopkeep not giving him any respect.
Right.
And then now, definitely not being able to... And he could have beat that shopkeep, no problem.
Sure.
And that dude didn't respect him. And now you're talking about trained fighters. Like, dude, you're just in the wrong field.
Yeah, so you're out of your element.
Yeah.
It's almost... See, going back to the empathizing, I empathize with John.
Yes, I can.
Because it's like, wow, you're stepping into this role that doesn't really need to be filled.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be filled. Questionably filled. and with no real, training as far as just outside your military training.
Yeah.
And no attributes,
And
no
never
enhancements.
never having even met Steve Rogers.
Right.
Because I think if you meet Steve Rogers,
it rubs off on you.
At least you're like, oh,
I get it.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, how do I do this?
Yeah. It's something to aspire to.
Yes.
And you just feel bad. I feel kind of bad for him. He's like I said, he's going out there. I think initially he was doing his best.
Yeah.
And his best wasn't good enough.
And another in Infinity War when Vision and Scarlet Witch are getting manhandled by the Black Order, and we see Steve's silhouette, and you see
That's
Wanda
my favorite
grin.
scene
Yeah,
in the entire
so
movie.
good.
Just
Wanda grin,
looks up.
Vision grin,
Yep.
and they're excited that the super soldier is
the
there.
man,
Yeah.
a man for all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
just a human being showed up because they know they're going to be okay.
Yeah,
Like that was the first moment.
his silhouette inspired.
It gave me goosebumps.
Yes.
I was like, oh, then he catches the spear and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, yep. And it's cool how pretty much a god android and a what would you call it? A goddess of magic would essentially think they're going to be okay when just a human being shows up because he exudes that I'm here.
He projects.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, he is the arguably the greatest MCU hero. Him and Tony. If he's your favorite, I get it. Like the people who say Cap is their favorite, I understand more than people
he is
say
actually my favorite.
The more than people say that Superman is their favorite.
Oh, me too.
Like I like Superman, but he's not my favorite.
Cap's not my favorite comic book hero, but he is my favorite character in the MCU.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's hard for me to argue with that. I love how we're getting more, finesse from Zemo. They make the comment that he El Chapo's them, because he gets away from the Dora Milaje and from Walker. Tracks down that Carly chick and is just lighting her up. Like he is still totally into his no super soldiers taking shots at her. She drops the vials because remember they probably have at least 10.
They can make a few.
They can make a small army of super soldiers, and he just starts shattering the vials, stomping on them. Like he is devout in his beliefs.
His quest is, and again, I'm hard pressed to believe that this whole series is about empathizing. I think that is we can sum it up because that's the villain, and we're like, wow. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing if my family was killed in a war involving super soldiers, even if they were fighting for me. Yeah, it doesn't even the playing field. Yeah, so I get where we all get where he's coming from. So,
and it's interesting because Zemo says something to that effect with T'Challa. Where he says, your father was as means to an end. Like I didn't mean to kill your father,
right?
But you seem like a dutiful son. And Bucky keeps telling the Dora Milaje, like this is a means to an end. Like just let me have him. Like they're a lot. The gray area is a lot wider.
Right. The Venn diagram is going like this between the two sides, and they don't even realize it.
John goes down there, scares Zemo off, and gets himself a vial. Finds himself one, and
we called it. We knew this was coming. If you read the comics, you knew it was coming.
I just wish it was more interesting. Like I said,
I think so too.
Destroyed, or battle.
Or it was more like a conflicted thing. Like I need to save everyone.
Yes,
not just like
yeah.
Why not?
The dial has cranked up so many times. Like every time we see John, like he seems like a likable dude, and then he's like less likable. Now you just don't, and he juices. He takes it.
Yeah.
I just again, are they drinking it? Are they? Remember, and I know my nerd flag. There was a machine.
Yeah.
Vita rays. There was a whole thing, and I can take that this doctor was able to tweak it, but we're not seeing how they're administering it. So I'm just curious. Like it should always hurt. I feel.
I think so too.
Even when Blonsky takes his version of it, and his body is like reshaping.
Yeah, and it was cool.
It would be interesting if that was one of that dude's earlier trials. Be interesting.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
come on, Marvel.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm.
Yeah.
So we get to see him jacked. He's fighting some of the other members of the Flag Smashers who are juiced as well. And he's we think he's taking it, and then he throws a shield at one of them, and it sticks into the wall like crazy. So it's like, okay, he's got it.
He's playing for keeps.
And we get to this hand-to-hand battle with Carly and her people, and Battlestar is ill-equipped to handle any of this.
Shouldn't be in the field.
He should. But then, Sam doesn't have. He's got the wings, but he doesn't have.
Yeah, but that's his. That would be technically his superpower.
Sure.
Is his training on those in aerial combat. Because remember, he can do something no one else can do. He was a prototype basically. Yeah. So Battlestar
needed more. They needed to outfit him more in spoilers.
Yeah.
He gets punched by a super soldier into a pillar and dies. It was
so long, Battlestar.
Dude,
we hardly knew ye.
I know, and I thought that they wouldn't. I thought that they would try to keep Battlestar around for more diversity, but you do need somebody
what
to
the
go.
Hell is diversity?
Yeah. You do need more, you do need significant feeling deaths, but I would like to have gotten more of
maybe
Lamar.
just a little longer.
Yeah.
Maybe a sacrificial, he sacrifices himself because he's the hero.
Yeah.
You don't need superhuman strength to be the hero. Then it would have meant something to me.
But they kind of set him up too, where he was like, "Hell yeah! If I had the opportunity, I would take some super soldier serum." So
but who wouldn't?
I know, yeah, no, yeah. It was just John seemed very conflicted, and then takes it, and he is clearly not handling it well. He's chasing down the Flag Smashers, and out in public catches up to one who previously in the episode said that he was a huge Captain America fan when he was a kid. He was a huge Steve Rogers fan, and John. I don't know if he decapitates him or he just caves his chest in, but it's this great imagery where he just keeps slamming the shield down.
Well, to be fair, he was reaching for his taser.
Oh yeah, he was reaching for his flashlight, and Cap. If it comes up, you see the blood on the bottom. The episode's called "The World Is Watching." Mm-hmm. And you just see Bucky and Sam there, and they're just like, "What the hell? Why did you do this?" Granted, that guy is a super soldier, technically, and is a terrorist. I'm not trying to make up for John Walker's mistake. I'm just saying It
was excessive, and like you said, the super soldier serum, it brings out who you really, the person, and he's a jealous person.
Yeah, and his best friend just got killed. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to handle things like Steve did.
Yeah.
Steve could separate. That's why he was the perfect soldier. Yeah. He could separate the battlefield from
not a perfect soldier, but a good man.
Hey,
a good man.
He was a good dude,
as Erskine would say.
Yeah.
So
Nazis.
It's a. I don't want to kill anyone.
Well, I do. That's John Walker.
I just don't like bullies.
I like killing.
I like killing bullies. Is John Walker evil?
No.
Okay. I don't think so either. Nope. I do think he's wrong, and it's going to be interesting. There's a good redemption. There's arc in him,
a la Bucky.
Yes,
sort of.
There's a good redemption arc in him later because he is. Whether he realizes it or not, when he took that super soldier serum, he's property of the U.S. government now.
Sure is.
He does not get. He could have got out before.
Right. But now it's
oh, hey, dude, you can't be Captain America anymore, but we can.
Yeah, we can still use you.
Yeah, you want to do some real stuff.
Which again plays to the comic book character
very much
of John Walker, who's. We've said it time after time. He will do what is necessary for his country.
Shout out to Wyatt Russell for really killing it.
Dude, he's
doing a fantastic job.
It.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job.
Great. I hope I just want to see the costume.
Yeah, I do want to see the
because it would make sense that he's in this black costume.
Yeah, we got to get away from this. Away from this. Now, do we open up episode 5 and Bucky and Sam take the shield from him? I'm hoping so. I think they can because Bucky is arguably stronger.
Well, just with the arm.
He's a super soldier as well.
Sure.
So, is this one more refined? I don't know, but he's got the arm. It's vibranium. It's
but I think we'll see. I'm excited because I can't see you opening up with. It's mine now.
Yeah, you lost the right.
Right.
You lost the right. You never had it, but now you definitely lost it.
Right. And we're roping it back to the comic books real quick. Doesn't U.S. Agent in the comics have the Constitution written on the inside of his shield?
On his, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I wonder if they'll do it in this because I can see it.
I saw a great thing that it was Steve Rogers is what America thinks it is. John Walker is what it really is.
No, I think that's what they're trying to draw here. The parallel they're drawing here. So good.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah. All right.
No, actually, it was amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
It's a good show. We got 2 episodes left. I'm excited. I guess next week's episode is going to be 61 minutes, which is the longest of any of the Disney Plus shows.
Yep.
But I've been wrong before, so we'll see. We will see. In other news, Paramount has done some shifting in their movie schedule.
Okay.
A couple things moved up, a couple things moved back, a couple things moved a couple years out now. It's weird because things are opening up.
Yes.
Still, occupancies are still not 100%. Social distancing, again, is still an issue. But we know that Snake Eyes has moved to July of this year, which actually I believe moved up. So July 23rd is going to be Snake Eyes. Jackass is going to be October 22nd. It's going to be Jackass 4, right?
Yes, indeed.
October 22nd of this year. Maverick moved out of July. Maverick was supposed to be in July. It's over a year now. It's been over a year.
It was supposed to come out last year.
It was supposed to come out, I think, last May, I think. But Maverick has moved to November of this year. But then Mission Impossible 7, which really bums me out, has moved to May of 2022. I'm a huge besides Mission Impossible 2, I think the rest of the films are amazing.
And 2 isn't bad.
And 2's okay.
Give it a rewatch. It's not as bad as everyone thinks it is.
It's just the other ones are so much better.
Right.
And then D&D, their Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I don't even think they're in production yet. They moved it till 2023. Did you learn your lesson
from the first one with Jeremy Irons? Don't do it.
And then they said that Mission Impossible 8 has moved to July of 2023. So
it is crazy.
Yeah, like they're gonna do, but it's cool that they're gonna go Mission Impossible back to back.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Doing the Infinity War Endgame thing.
Do it. Yeah, I'm all about it. So I thought it was strange that they did that, but I did think that it was fairly interesting to noteworthy because it seemed like people.
Yeah, what's your perspective on this?
It just feels again more like. I'm curious if Paramount Network is going to try to do something a little HBO Maxy, where they're trying to release it simultaneously, because their Paramount Network still isn't fully operational. Like it's still, it just has really Star Trek stuff. Has some of the older, like I think Gilligan's Island and things like that.
Ooh, but that brings the kids in.
Yeah, I think that.
Where's our gritty Gilligan's Island reboot?
I'm surprised we haven't seen another version. I mean, maybe that's what Lost was like.
Sure.
People on an island. I can dig it. I can dig it. I could see the parallel there for sure.
Maybe Gilligan Island was the Lost reboot. Think about it. Lindelof, call me.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, give him a call. Yeah. You can tell him what we think of that. I'm bummed that some things are moving, but I am excited to see something like Snake Eyes kind of move up. Although it's weird that it would move up after Black Widow moved to July.
Sure.
Granted, it'll get Black Widow will have like 2 weeks by itself.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine for Snake Eyes, but
I mean, yes and no.
You put Snake Eyes out in August, I think
it dies a slower death.
I think you get a little bit more legs.
Are you really excited for Snake Eyes?
Yeah, dude, I love the G.I. Joe film universe, the idea of it. First one's meh. Second one is
better.
Very entertaining in comparison. And then anything with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Like,
that's totally all we really wanted.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. So,
what did you think of the Nicolas Cage Snake Eyes?
It's a really good attempt at an awesome movie. Like it has all of the elements to be really awesome, but it's just like at the end of the movie, like you don't give a crap about anything that happened. Like it doesn't matter.
It's weird. He had like those three movies back to back that were like that. He had 8mm, Snake Eyes, and then Bringing Out Your Dead.
Yeah.
And then there were like these 3 movies that look, wow, that looks kind of cool.
Conceptually, all fantastic.
And then you were just like, what did I just watch? Except for 8mm. I will guilty pleasure watch that one.
Yeah, Joaquin's in that, right?
He sure is. Johnny California.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, great movie, kids. I mean, well, not real. Kids don't watch that.
No. Yeah, I don't. It's not as dark as it was then, but
I don't know. Have you watched it recently?
I have not. I only watched it the one time.
It actually kind of makes more sense today.
Is that a fact?
Than it does back then. I mean, I feel like you could remake 8mm.
Yeah.
And obviously transfer it to the internet.
Totally.
And make it a little more dark, but I don't think you could make that movie today. Just with the aspect of killing an underage person. It's very prevalent in that movie, and it's awful.
Wow.
But it's a good detective story. Yeah. I think it's a really good detective story. James Gandolfini kills it in there too.
I love it when they do a point of view episode of something, a movie like in Snake Eyes, where we get to see the same story from different angles.
Right.
Gary Sinise is awesome in there. Carla Gugino. That was like the first time I ever saw Carla Gugino. She's dimey, and just an interesting character. But yeah, nothing that happens in that movie matters, and it stinks because it had a good
plot.
Yeah,
the story. I feel like we're going to be saying this about the Snake Eyes in July.
I don't think so, man. I think that they're going to. I think that Hasbro really wants G.I. Joe to do something, and it can. I don't know why it's not, but it can. Now, the first movie, again, not very good. Has interesting parts to it, fun popcorn parts. But that second one is super entertaining. You got The Rock, you got more ninja stuff, because that's what we want. We want ninja stuff in our G.I. Joe movies.
Exactly.
Bruce Willis has got that fun cameo.
He does, yeah.
And then more ninja stuff. Cool. Let's do a Snake Eyes movie.
Ninjas!
That's what I need, is lots and lots of ninjas. It should always be ninjas. That's why I'm excited for more Daredevil. Give me more ninjas. Give me more ninjas.
Let's do it.
All right, kids, that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you are thinking of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Is John Walker a bad guy? Is he, he doesn't have to be the best guy. Like, he can still be a good soldier, but is he I don't know if he's a bad guy.
You can't really put bad and good and evil in terms of
that way,
right? Yeah. Especially in the aspects of war. Mm-hmm. There's a gray area there.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the excessiveness of his killing.
Yes.
But then you got to break it down on a moral level.
Yeah.
So, but that's what the show is asking those questions. I think that's what makes Marvel so brilliant, is that it gives you a fun, entertaining show.
Yeah. With
characters we love, but it does ask a lot of pointed questions about what's going on in the world. At large, I
find it hard to imagine a world in which we're at San Diego Comic-Con and a Flag Smasher cosplayer kills you and I don't immediately kill them. Okay?
Fair enough.
So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, John, but dude, you're supposed to be Captain America. You're supposed to be a little bit more level-headed.
Maybe he doesn't want to be Cap.
That's it. Maybe if he was just allowed to be U.S. agent to start off with,
then that would solve a lot of problems.
I think so, because he's got a complex.
Right.
Clearly.
But I think that's, the question they're asking is, is Captain America a mantle that needs to be picked up?
Yes.
Because it's solely in the name.
Was Steve Rogers Captain America?
Yeah. And that's what it was.
And that is the case.
Yes.
That just is the case.
The man makes the clothes in this case.
I think that is perfect ending
final thought
today.
Yeah. Yes.
See? Came naturally. We didn't even have to coax it out of you.
No.
Kids, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Erik Icarus.
And we will catch you on the next podcast.